Hi, Nico. I have two questions for you. The first one is in both Astro Boy and the film Godzilla, why Japanese during that time obsessed with making dystopian films? Do those films have anything to do with their history or people's value back then?
In my opinion, I think the dystopian society as a setting is more obvious in Astro Boy. Dystopia in this anime depicts the phenomenon of more robots working as the labor force. Although humans belong to labor force as well, the scenes of robots serving humans appear frequently. The society looks like a utopia because humans rarely work and enjoy the convenience made by robots and science. But this brings to an unequal status of robots due to the prejudice and people's potential fear of science. You can see that from some episodes, especially which talks about robots are viewed as a kind of danger and menace. Um, I think the reason why Japanese were obsessed with making dystopian films probably it relates to the society during that time. In World War II, many Japanese don't have enough food to feed themselves, especially the poor. However, they were still interested in war because if the younger men attended to the war, the family would receive rice and meat every time. Therefore, the life quality became better and better with the trade of sending people to the war. Although Astro Boy was about a story happening in the future, the buildings and the transportation are far different from the revealed Japan at the time, but it reveals the core of a society's appearance in World War II.
My second question is what intentions of the directors of both dystopian films and what kind of social problems revealed through Astro Boy and the Godzilla.
First of all, in Godzilla, it is obvious to see the connection between the film and the historical event of Hiroshima bomb. I know that the director actually got inspired from the old version film King Kong while creating Godzilla, but he also added the background of World War II, Japanese occupation and nuclear radiation caused by Hiroshima bomb to the story and the characterization of Astro Boy. I think one thing reminds me of Hiroshima bomb is the name of Astro Boy, which is Adam, And through the entire anime, we can see that the creator and director had taken so much effort on characterization, working so hard to illustrate and interpret how the conflict occurs, why some people belong to anti-robot community, and why the reaction of the citizens make audience feel so fickle. I mean, why they're so easy to change their perspective in some situation. I think all of these efforts made is to reveal people's potential fear and contradicted emotion with the science and technology. In general, I think the intention, no matter in Astro Boy or Godzilla, using dystopian society as a setting to criticize people's thought of war and their way of getting food, and the reflection of the impact brought to humans' mind and value is the main content that directors want to convey through their work. As I mentioned in the last answer, the people's value during that time had a very big problem on choosing the war to avoid the painful life. The poor sent their children to attend the war so that they could get food every time and never worry about their life quality. However, it was very chilling to see the teenagers who were expecting their new future just being sent to the war as a trade for food. Those teenagers probably didn't have such an evil heart initially, like killing people without emotion. But I think they were considering themselves as the heroes for their countries because they were fighting in a war. They just automatically learned killing like a robot, but didn't know why they killed people. This phenomenon is similar to the robots being controlled and asked to harm humans and other robots in Astro Boy. They don't know why they should do this, but they just do because of some special prizes like becoming a legend or a king of a society. Hi, so my first question is from the anime Astro Boy and the film Godzilla, we can see the element science being used in both of them. Compared with today's sci fi films, what do you think about the application of science in the old films like Godzilla?
So first of all, Japan grew into an economic superpower, possessing a fascination with technology. The country became a world leader in the production of cars and electronics. In characters like Astro Boy, we see some of the intentions of the modern age. The idea that technology can never replace humans and that technology's capacities for helping mankind is only equaled by its capacity to destroy it. We see that nuclear testing causes the Godzilla problem by freeing him from the ocean depths, or disturbing his Cthulhu-esque somber, or mutating a lizard to giant size. Depending on the version of the story we believe, then scientist Daisuke Serizawa comes up with a way to kill the beast, but would rather just let it be a rampage because he knows once his oxygen destroyer weapon is out there, it will be impossible to keep people from using it. The argument that singular unstoppable force of destruction may be better than a reusable weapon is a pretty maniacally and cynical one.
Second question. Many people consider these two films both connect with the event of Hiroshima bomb in World War II. What do you think?
I think they were traumatic experiences for Japanese people. It's no surprise that for years the devastating remained at the forefront of their conscience. And that part of the healing process means returning to this imagery in literature, in music, and even in cartoons. The finality of Akira is only one example of apocalyptic imagery in the anime and manga canon. A number of anime films and comics are rife with atomic bomb references, which appear in any number of forms, from symbolic to the literal. The devastating after effects, orphaned kids, radiation sickness, the loss of national independence, the destruction of nature would also influence the genre, giving rise to unique, arguably incomparable form of comics and animated film. We can see the lasting images of the bombings and the atomic bombs in the works of art, and the director Osamu Tezuka and his successor Hayao Miyazaki both had witnessed the devastation of the bombings at the end of the war. The bomb became a particular obsession of Tezuka's. His film and comics both addressed them themes like coping with grief and the idea that nature in all its beauty can be compromised by man's desire to conquer it. For Godzilla, a film haunted by the outsized shadow of World War II, I was struck by images echoing the destruction of the atomic bomb, particularly the mother crying out to her child that they are about to go to heaven and see their kid's father. The scene will border on a kitsch if it weren't so directly rooted in the still fresh wound left by the bombings on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. There are a lot ethnical debates in Godzilla, but Every option entails death, destruction, and sacrifice. The world had gotten a whole scarier for Japan by 1954, and Godzilla powerfully reflects that.